Spartacus than Henry G to fill your ears and this arena.
That much hype, sometimes you think you might miss casting, but we are going to do exactly that. Henry Inferno Map 3, deciding moment between FaZe and Big.
An epic series it's been so far. Inferno often the decider of these great series. We're getting right into the action here. It will be next to find the first frag. Takes down Carrigan. Goldbeat's getting stuck in as well. This is super aggressive as the CTs keep finding frags. 3 in total so far. Make it a 4th. And Nico left in a 5 versus 1, but he does get a bomb down here, Matt. That at least is some money. But what a fantastic start from the big squad here. Going to be nading towards the site. See if Nico can get anything done here.
Fine from next. Shot back through the box, and he go down immediately with the aggressive start, which we saw from them already in this tournament on this map. Specifically, Smooya down middle. Big will open up with a pistol, an all-important pistol on the CT side. What a great third map to have as well.
Absolutely. It always provides epic games. The fact Big have won a pistol sets them up very well. Who would have thought coming into this tournament in the semi-final with Big here at all? Then up against FaZe, think I'll get blown out the water. We're in the third map now. We've been to overtime in the first, and they've won the pistol. There is a good chance that Big could actually see the grand final against Na'Vi. That is baffling to even say, but there it is. It will be the force bite in the second round from FaZe. They've got MAC-10s here and UMPs. It works out for one, but Tizian is getting it done. He's run out of bullets. Oh no, Guardian! He's killed his own teammates. That's an absolute disaster, but still recoverable. Goes down to the 3 versus 2.
He's inside of the site, Guardian as well. 17 to watch because the HP next knows, and he's back through the smoke.
Oh my God. We have been treated to some incredible moments here. Round 3. No AKs this time, Matt. That was a huge gamble from FaZe to get MAC-10s and UMPs and rush B. The calls on the T side, as Duncan pointed out, have not been ideal. Haven't looked like themselves on the T side at all. Goodness gracious. We get into another force buy. What is this? So they're going to have 1 AK here. CZs, a UMP. They're going to try and do what they can. This is very unorthodox from FaZe. But they do get the first frag, trying to bait in the fact they will be full eco, and Big maybe a little bit overzealous here. This could all fall apart, absolutely. The questionable call seems to be absolutely everything here. Now goes to the 5-on-2. Tizian walks around the corner, beats Guardian, bomb down.
Good find. Right, these purchases and saying that they're so aggressive for FaZe. It's unorthodox. Tizian will flash back out, smoke still down toward the T stairs.
And it does make sense that Big want to get aggressive there. They want to shut that round down nice and early, want to get in there, just kill those Glocks. No armor, but they jump down the jaws of FaZe there. Absolutely incredible scenes. 4-on-2 now, the bomb still down. Less than a minute remaining. Tizian trying to use that smoke as long as he can, but that should be it now. Tizian will pull one more back. And look at the HP of Nico. There is a slight chance he pulls this one off, but they have got the bomb, and they booked it towards the A-bomb side.
That backside of the smoke over and over, Tizian. Very good turnaround from FaZe, all things considered, because it looked like they were in control of the situation. Now he suddenly realizes that that M4 becomes coveted, and it won't even be held on to as Nico shuts him down. It pays off for FaZe to go aggressive early with their purchasing. They find a 2-1 scoreline.
Yeah, that was a scary call to make by Carrigan, but one that works out for him. That single AK of Rain was enough. And Big almost played himself with that very aggressive round, but it just goes to show you how many steps ahead Carrigan is. He's kind of read the situation, maybe knows the tendencies, maybe they like an aggressive push in Inferno once this starts happening. There will be no force buy in response. Big will let this one go. PD50s, USPs, no armor, no nades.
Tov over the half wall. Carrigan checks behind the barrels, and they get a lot closer and a lot quicker as well. It's still a minute and 29. Nico almost making contact with the B site, in which there are 3 opponents to try and hold off. Make it 4 as they rotate back over. Orange is 1 boost. CT held, no boost on Flowers. Nico and Eric can go. Crossfire 6.
No.
Next finds the first. He's smoking it up. He's pushed back through, and now Smooya trades off. But don't get carried away just yet. It's still a 2 versus 2, and Croman controls the situation, jumps up, spots behind the fountain. Last remaining player, Godby, if he was close by and also in part of the stack, he might have been able to trade off distraction, but now he has to rotate into 2 AK-47, so FaZe should be able to control it.
They should, especially with Godby, no armor, just the CZ. My God, did that get chaotic there. A full eco defeat, and Godby can still win this one. He's got the UMP now, Matt. This would be absolutely absurd. He's got the Dinkin. He has the advantage here as he encroaches on Croman's position. Godby has done it! 2 versus 1, bomb down, and somehow pulls it off with no armor, no utility. And it's an absolute collapse from FaZe. Once again, they've opted to go for a fast B approach against the Pistols. When will they learn their lesson? Oh my goodness, Godby. If ever there was a time to turn up, that was absolutely sensational. Oh, there he is, trying to contain himself.
Yes, yeah, let's not have another meme-worthy moment on stage.
Wow.
It's difficult. I mean, look, I'm talking specifically about the major against Cloud9, in which there was a rather broke-down image. You can't... He was laughing a little bit. He was chuckling about it. He would...
A slightly maniacal laugh, I would say.
Exactly. I mean, it's one thing to show emotions. It's another thing not to get them inside of your own head. Tapson holds toward the top side of middle. He's ready for when they walk around the corner. He actually takes 1 step out and spots the fact that they've run in from alt middle good. Incendiary, that's going to segregate them, force Guardian forward, and it forces them into next. Tapson still holding it. Croman goes down. Just Nico. You can see the bomb. If that means anything, I'm not sure, because he's in a 1 versus 5.
What a series this has been. This is a fully bought up FaZe, just to note. You can see the leftover money, and Tapson completely decimates them. In round 5, Nico needs to get out of his own head. Yeah, he can't win this round, but maybe he can make it expensive at least, waiting for a mistake to be made. I don't think Big are going to be looking for 1 AK player anytime soon. They've got vision of the bomb. They've got 2 players there. They're watching for any sort of backstabs towards Banana. And Nico's just hoping they get impatient. Smooya. AWP nails the kill, clean sweep, and it's all about Tapson that round. 4-1, full eco now for FaZe.
Brilliant turnaround.
Yeah.
All comes to God. I mean, not all, but did clutch it back, to be fair. The stack as well, obviously, a part of that, but certainly comes down to that round. Double up setup, Smooya still going to be holding on to it. So CT side, rather obviously, Tapson is going to be the one to hold on to that second cannon, and it's working out tremendously well. I highly doubt we're going to see that on the T side, but how far can they carry that through this first half? Pistols yet again for FaZe. Tapson's rather aggressive considering. Has to back off because he's now realized, based on his teammates' call brilliantly, that they are toward the top side of middle. So next gets position. He finds Suit. Tosuit is Tabs, and he'll go down. Moving one of the ops on the ground. Do they get back toward it? Not quite. Okay, they did. So they got it back just barely. Next picked it up, and it goes 5-1.
5-1, but still very early days here, and the third and final map. Na'Vi waiting in the grand final. Out of the semis we had available, man. Na'Vi, Astralis, FaZe Big. It seemed like a foregone conclusion who would be in that grand final.
Yeah, I think it would have been Astralis and FaZe.
Exactly, and now we're looking down the barrel of Na'Vi Big. That's absolutely bizarre, but amazing at the same time. Very special event, this one, and these have been very special maps. Round 7, and there are AKs available, but no AWP for Guardian, not necessarily a big deal, but you can see the lack of utility for him. They don't have a full array of utility. And Tizian, he controls Banana for now. FaZe look caged almost, they've lost their flare. We know how good Big can be with the grenades, and a map like Inferno, HGs are everything. This will be a flash attack from the apartment. Oh my goodness, but Godby's read it so well! He's burning them alive, but Croman does get the kill back in response.
And gets forward of the flames as well, toward the pit! But a pit of death. His next holds off and lets them fall to their death as immediately they fall in. It's Guardian that gets Tizian in return. Watch for Nico, back inside of the corner. Smooya and Tapson still with a double op. That means there's only one rifle in it. It is the man who found 2 kills, but with 20 HP. Guardian and Nico to not only get out of the apartments, get the bomb. In doing so, and next Even though he's low, has the headshot angle, it's all onto Guardian. He knows one's there, certainly, but he'll bypass that for now, knowing that he's got to worry about it the inside of the site, 18 HP, and he's just gonna run. 27 seconds, can't go down after the time, so he's got to get distance between himself and the enemies now. It's 6-1 for Big.
Absolutely is. FaZe just can't get any sort of footing here, and Nex has looked like a superstar in this semi-final.
This is awkward for Guardian.
Oh, okay.
You know what? It's almost fine, because they can push in 7 seconds. Fair enough. He did turn around and put his attention toward Tapson, so he couldn't just stand there, but he gets him down either way.
Crowd is certainly loving the show that's being put on by Big right now. 6-1 as FaZe take a timeout. They seem mentally broken and financially, as we'll see, around $3,000 per player. Roban needs to pull them out of the pit of despair here. Nex just getting it done time and time again with the M4A4. Tapson's got a decent spawn for the T-steps. He knows he can challenge it as well. They don't have enough money for the AWP. Absolutely not. He can straight up challenge the T-steps. Go for that first pick. He can even face second middle with that spawn. Wouldn't advise that, considering he's up against the pistols, especially those deagles, but we'll see what he has up his sleeve. I'm sure he'll at least go for one kill at the very start of the round. Timeout. Unpause, one smoke. Everyone's going to be on pistols here. Chrome the only one of Kevlar. Takes himself down to 2,100. They've got 4 stage loss bonus. That means they get $3,400 per player to the next round. That's if they don't win it. There is a chance they win it. Maybe not.
Not if Godby keeps firing like that, takes down Nico. Comes down to the underpass, takes the deagle, and heads up toward the smoke. Rain's taking nade damage. Presumably deep side B. In the hands of Kerrigan will follow Rain toward that position, and it looks as though they'll go with 3 players because a 4th to hold off and wait for rotations. And the one to do so. Smooya, meanwhile, toward Collins, jumps back up, good find. Rain down on the second attempt, and as we see it from a different angle, the gunshot glared, and it's a Guardian, which dared to try and go inside of the site against it. Went down immediately, it's Croman that's gonna wrap back around, but good luck, 1 versus 5, no chance.
There you have it. Against the pistols, Big look comfortable. Their money is beginning to swell. Smoothie's got $14,000. Everyone else hovering around the $5,000 to $8,000 mark. FaZe, what have they got to offer? They might even get a chance to show us how good their CT side can be. It's always been a bit of an up and down map for them. Mainly positive, but they have had some massive disasters here as well. Guardian does have the NWP for the first time on the T side now, but CT's looking to challenge once again. Look how effective those flashes are. Oh my goodness, so much damage inflicted by the incendiaries, but FaZe do find the first pick.
Nico's getting in toward the top of the net. I was gonna say toward the site, didn't quite go around the corner, didn't chase it. Good movement to get on top of the wall.
Smooth chance again.
I was gonna say, it's because his ops the gatekeeper at this point in time. 7-1 for Big. A German team in Germany.
Who would have thought?
World Cup on right now, yes, all those references. Let's get them all out at once, Henry. Get rid of all your cliches.
Well, Smoothie now knows he needs to recover this. 5 players in front of him. He is good for 1 here. In his current position, he will fall back, but remember, they've got smokes, flashbang still. They save this utility to the last moment. Smooya drops that smoke in, flash to follow as well. They aren't out of this just yet, but he needs to be very careful. Have they got a chance of shutting this one down? Got B looking for multiple frags here, but this is looking promising for FaZe. I think that might be the instant save call at this point.
That's a very well executed play from FaZe. Smooya went back out, couldn't find anything forward. As soon as he retreated the new box, 2 Molotovs down, he gets stuck in the middle, and the rifles take the deed. Guardian immediately jumps up, oranges one and covers off CT. They knew exactly what their, as the desk has coined it this weekend, what their flight patterns were.
Sure.
Flight paths, whatever
yes.
it was.
Yeah, basically their initial setups, what they do in their defaults, what kind of smokes they're throwing, and how they get themselves into the setup they want to. So there it is, FaZe. Challenge at the very start there. The incendiary flashbang combo always is a little bit dastardly. But they managed to get the kill required. Nico finds 2, Croman with 3rd. But Tapson will save the orb. 7-2 now as FaZe start to get into this map. But they did win the third round force buy, but pretty bizarre manner as well. After force buy in the second, they bring out Mac 10s, UMPs, and an AK in the third was just unheard of. But here we go, next round. Like I said, plenty of cash for the big side. Still, even after the reinvestment, Tabson has $10,000. Smooya with 8.
Smoke for Nico, top banana. Interesting to see the default be to run with the smoke, but obviously anticipating Molotovs to go down. He wants to extinguish them and be ready for it. Nade instead. Ooh, double nade. Tizian gets nailed. Smooya not so much. He sticks around to try and get the op shot down, but can't land it. Counter nade's okay. Nico meanwhile starts to clear out. Sandbags. The fact that there's smoke coming out of that chimney suggests that someone's home in that building while all of this is going around on outside. Just, like, lock the doors. Stay here. It'll be over soon.
Yeah, please
stay
inside. Do not panic. Smooya waiting though to defend, and it's the same call from Carry again. That bomb site execution. This time it's a 5-on-5. 3 players from Big reside in the site. Smooya, another lead smoke from him. He's going to leave around 25 seconds on the clock before FaZe can even consider making their play. Oh, another smoke. This is what they've been so amazing at. Oh my goodness, it's just beautiful. How do FaZe even break the defense out? Tizian can play in front of that smoke. They're going to run through the gray screen, and here we go. This is what they've been famed for. The big squad and the utility usage. You don't need the aim. You don't need star players for this. It's perfect. This system works, and FaZe have no response for it.
Flash through. Smooya's gonna get aggressive even though they have the advantage. Not necessary, not required. 4 versus 2, they have the time though. And Nico takes out Tabson. They want to take down Guardian after the fact. That's no money for Guardian.
My goodness. That second smoke, you just don't expect it. We haven't seen play like this before. Usually the smoke is going to be used at the very start of the round.
Yeah,
like,
they're bled out by then.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're holding them off. You're using the smoke at the half full, perhaps just to hold off for a little bit. They're waiting for there's 20 seconds of the clock to drop that final smoke. And Tizian's just got an absolute shooting gallery.
This does, you're right, but it does create the possibility that they can dictate the pace on the T side. If they can predict when those smokes are not going to be thrown early in the round, if they can get the map controller an early pick, it might change things.
That's a big if.
Yeah, so far, definitely 8-2 for Big. After forcing overtime on map 1, winning on map 2, which was Train, FaZe's choice, they find themselves up by 6 rounds.
Now going to force into this. They saved AK and the AWP. So CZ for Carrigan, UMP for Rain. It's actually a pretty decent buy, all things considered. Lose this one, you're 9-2 down, another eco up against you. They're only on the first stage loss bonus as well. Back towards B. Smooya, ready to challenge this time. Doesn't hit the initial shot. Guardian there with the AWP at the half wall. Smooya has to fall back as the flashbangs come in, but it's Rain that goes down. GotB went aggressive in the apartment. He dropped the smoke at the top of the steps there. He used it to look round towards the bedroom, takes down Rain with the AK-47 and finds him an early advantage. What a map GotB is having. Not only did he win that sensational 2 versus 1 on a full eco, now he gets in the opening pick in what could be the most important round of the half yet.
Roman goes all the way back down from the apartments. He's going to join his teammates. There's no point lurking if they're going to go in 2 versus 3 with an early rotation as well. Already a man down, and they can't run the routes they want to. He needs to accompany them. He's got a smoke. He sets already toward logs. That'll go towards CT. Late smoke again thrown out by Big. Tizian still has his, as well as an incendiary on top of that B site, so there's more that they can deploy. Smooya, meanwhile, knows they're inside, has the pillar to play with, but can't quite pull off the dance that's attractive around a pole. You might expect this. Croman gets the shot back. It is next, though, back through the smoke, another double. Nico certainly has to turn around to recover the bomb, and Croman will cover off Banana, and doing so, immediately gets the plant down.
My goodness. Next, with the hero play. Pushes through the smoke, denies the plant, and buys Scott B and tabseN some time here. AWP for tabseN. Flashbang lands directly in the face of Nico. They know exactly where he is, and he'll miss the shot. Held off by the Flames now. They know it. Locked him in the corner, but still, even blind, he finds it. tabseN now has got a gargantuan task ahead of him. Has to hit the no-scope here. He still has time to use it. Smokes on the bomb, and this could be one of the best full debuts we've seen so far. But Croman, he will find the instant kill, and it's going to be a third round on the board for FaZe, but only one player survives. You know Big have got plenty of cash. Nico, he still looks out of this game, man. He looks so dejected. He doesn't even want to celebrate, really. He's really having to force that fist bump out. Robban's recognizing it, trying to keep his head in the game.
Even with that, he's got 8 kills. I've just clued into the fact that Nex has 17 kills already in 12 rounds.
Yeah, what a tournament he's had, a resurgence.
Yeah, Dust2 led the way. We mentioned it, 34 kills even into overtime. So a third round for FaZe. I will count them one at a time. They'll be the first of many teams to tell you that Inferno, get to 6, you give yourself a chance.
Absolutely. This is very CT side of the map. Tactical timeout though, called by FaZe. Back into it now. Remember, only one player survived. They don't really have that much cash. There'll be a UMP for Guardian, CZ for Carrigan, and 3 AKs. So not the worst of situations, but certainly compromises made. Lose this round, it could be double eco territory, especially if that bomb doesn't get planted. This is absolutely massive. You can see Big, they're fully invested too, so same situation for them, but they have everything they need. They have the double orbs, the 3 rifles, all their utility, defuse kits. The list goes on. Round number 12 now. Third and final map, trying to find a place in the grand final. First shots rattled off by Smooya, nothing connecting.
Rain holds out from bottom of Boiler. Wants to try and swing in from the doorway. Meanwhile, Gob and Nex, tabseN as well, all holding passively inside of A. Bomb intentionally left toward the top side of alt middle. So contact play to start it off, and that's all. Interesting, the Nex and tabseN both inside of the site directly, not just library. tabseN's going to go that direction now. Scoped. Flash from Rain. Hillipurd turns around, realizes that was going to force him off, and he gives up the angle instead, would rather go elsewhere. It's awkward because they're so close to each other. They're almost tripping over each other in the site. tabseN now realizes they've gone toward the archway, but going that direction, so too is Smooya ready as he finds Guardian. He'll start to retreat back, but he's got the line covered off all the way to the corner and watches out towards spawn. Tagged in the tree. Aware now that they've also gotten Banana holding at the tree. A well-read play. He gets one more. That's about all it was good for in that position, but now it's all on to Tizian. Tries, oh my goodness, almost got outplayed to hold off Carrigan. He baits enough aggro that Croman, is able to get the shot instead, but here comes tabseN back up all the way around as he went down. Banana tags Carrigan as well, catches him through the edge of the fountain as he holds off in new box. M4 picked up 46 HP. Time is his best and only hope with the bomb down. tabseN takes him out immediately.
Oh my God. The harsh reset comes in once again. tabseN, an absolute god of the game. Defuse confirmed, 2 orbs recovered. Bomb planted, but only $2,500 per player on the FaZe side. They're 9-3 down. They're going to force buy here, Matt. I see 2 Mac 10s already. Is this what's going to save them? I'm not so sure. They've had financial woes throughout this series, especially on the team side. But look at tabseN go. He's just not missing a single thing as he put Carrigan to bed as well. You can see what it means to the young Brit there. Mac 10s, a Deagle, a UMP, and an AK. And bits and pieces in terms of the utility, and they'll run into the double nade stack. About 300 damage is done. Smooya gets the first kill, and this is just going horribly wrong for FaZe now. They'll commit to the rush, but do they have anything left?
Smooya, he's immediately beside his teammate, but he's got enough of an aim to work it. 10 kills, or excuse me, 10 rounds from Big. If it was 10 kills, we might have something else. What a play from Smooya to get position, forced off by utility. And still he finds room to work as FaZe, you said it, took about 300 damage in Banana.
Carrigan seems to be floundering some of these calls. He's called Rush B About 6 or 7 times across this series, it hasn't really worked out at all.
Fun fact as well, Kerrigan and Godby were teammates for a period of time on Mouse Sports.
Indeed.
And Godby was the leader for Kerrigan, not the other way around.
Yeah, 2 very established in-game leaders, but one of them has a firm grasp in this series. It's the nades once again! Double nades towards Guardian. This isn't eco, but still every round counts against FaZe. They've got double digits. Can they go one step further? It looks like they absolutely can. 5 versus 0. Nico will be dropped. An absolute masterclass in utility usage from Big being presented to you right now. Absolute perfection. As we go into the final round of the half, FaZe, they're clutching at straws right now.
Another member of that Mouse Sports team was obviously Langia as well. Stood in for them, wasn't on their roster full-time in 2014 at ESCA season 14, I think it was. One more round in the half. Already well into double digits. Might be getting a second one beyond that mark as well as Tapson starts off to take down Cologne. 14 kills for Tapson, 19 for Nex. Getting ready to try and smoke off the archway. They've not at any point won banana cleanly if it wasn't given to them. And now they can't win the mid-wall. Tapson absolutely destroys them once more. Tizian found Kerrigan. It leaves us with just Guardian, who responded finally to the frags coming against him, but overwhelmed. Doesn't know which way to look. Damage every direction, including from grenades as Smooya swings all the way down. 12-3.
My goodness gracious, Big are the absolute favorites right now to be in the grand final against Na'Vi on home soil. What a fantastic half from them. They win the pistol, and some strange economic decisions did actually yield a successful round for FaZe, but they couldn't find their footing. They didn't string 2 rounds together at any point in the half, as it's the smoke grenades, the AGs, are the headline acts of the Big defense. It's absolutely mind-blowing how well they're playing with just utility, and Tapson with AWP. Can't deny that either. He had some amazing rounds, so did Smooya. Got beat with a massive 2 versus 1. And Matt, this was an event where FaZe were destined to win $1 million at the Grand Slam. Where is that team?
And on top of that, you're going against Big, who in some people's eyes are controversially invited. They were in a show match last year.
Yep, absolutely.
They weren't even part of the main event.
Just brought in to have some German representation in the building, and now...
Yeah. Inspiring for anyone in the
absolutely amazing
German league, but can't be trying to pursue anyone around the corner that he can spot. They're already made burrow toward Coffin's backside. Nico does move back out from the Falcon now, but there was no one to find, in essence. So they'll go back over toward A instead. Cologne and Guardian both inside of the pit. No support as of yet. Reigns realized that it's subsided on the other side of the map, and he'll follow the weather patterns back toward A as well. Good shot from Nico, finds Tizian.
Must-win round, Nico. He'll open things up T side now for Big. Definitely recoverable still, but got beat. He's only got that flash, no armor, as they commit towards the quad. 2 players winning to the side. Great positioning from Kromer, but not great shots. Guardian now isolated, the only player there. Can he get more than one? We'll have to find out. Reigns there in time, luckily, as he rotates in from the arch. Headshot done. Godby could go for the plant here. He knows it as well. That's going to send him packing. So at least they get a plant out of this round. But Godby's been pulling off some pretty unbelievable things so far in this series. Maybe he can find a couple of kills, but Nico, he'll be waiting around the corner. It looked like it was going to be an interesting play with Guardian alone on the site. But Rain arrives just in time, and it will be 12-4. Bomb planted, 2 kills found, and now you can see the favorites are absolutely Big, according to our bookmakers. And we're going to see a full eco here, and AK's in the third. No strange, unorthodox purchases here.
So FaZe on the defense, get the guns to work with early. Nex immediately takes things towards the ult middle. In fact, he's going to go to the balcony and try and get the shot toward the window and Boiler for anyone who dare get aggressive and get information early on with those SMGs, specifically in this case. M4 is very likely that they'll sit back and hold off more traditional angles, as Rain is doing toward quad, and Nico likewise is doing in banana, although mind you, he is partway down at this point in time. Second deep smoke, and this is more what you were talking about, using that utility early.
Yes.
That's traditional. FaZe only have 2 smokes left. Now, again, they have weapons over the pistols at this point in time, but if that trend continues, God B will take every inch they're given.
Now remember as well, Big have been quite innovative in terms of their executions towards the B side, especially. They try to focus on CT spawn instead of the bomb side. I'm sure they've got some tricks for us and some treats perhaps. Maybe saving something as we go through the motions on this one. It's quite a simple procedure for FaZe up against the Glocks, no armor, but this is where it gets a little bit more interesting for them. As the AKs do come out, 5 of them to be exact. They will have smokes and flashbangs here. They didn't spend really anything in the previous round. Round 18. And it's Big looking for number 13 on the board. Most of these maps have gone the distance, one of which was overtime. FaZe on the CT side now definitely can recover, but look at the buy they have right now. MP9, MP7. It's what you call a bonus round, but might not be the safest decision for them here.
Mind you, it will buy them some time if it pays off. Especially if they can pick up AKs on the back of these SMGs, upgrade to them. It'll put them in a perfect position to try and close this off. Big are not out of the woods by any means, switching over to the T side. Yes, they've been can't say it the same. We'll say innovative in North America. I tried to copy yours.
Yeah, sure.
You guys did invent the language. I can give it some respect, but nonetheless, it is still the T side of Inferno. Good find from Tabson. Knows Kerrigan's transferred. Spotted the gun, hit the ground. All too easy at that point.
Keep your gun out, Kerrigan. And that's going to be the B side wide open, but Croman doing what he can. They know B's going to be clear. Tabson confirms it. He sits in the side now. Less than a minute remaining, 3 on 2. Round 13 is possible, absolutely possible. The Guardian, they have no idea he's here. He snuck through. Tabson didn't spot him. They'll have the bomb out. Oh my goodness, he hasn't caught the kill. Oh, Guardian, it was unlikely to win the round, but surely we'd get a couple out of that with the opportunities he had. Starting to crumble now, FaZe.
Fantastic recovery, 13 rounds achieved already. First gun round went against them against a bonus. As I was mentioning, it would have been huge because then Big not only goes back to pistols again, but you get a 6th, maybe a 7th round for FaZe. Now it's just 3 to go. AWP not going to be on anyone's side. Guardians left on an M4, Croman the same, 2 SMGs. If Big win this, they're going to be on 14 rounds with no money on the defense. Smoothie up. Works his way into Boiler already with Nex outside at mid. Tizian also going to clear out the corner of the apartment hallway. That'll give Smoothie more confidence to then work toward the wall at mid. Smoke goes down relatively early against Guardian to try and hold him off, and that's smart because it is one of the M4s. They now identify that as well. I say identified, they would much rather identify that there is actually a lacking of 2 M4s and 2 SMGs instead. The wall, great find.
My God. You see the gaps in those smokes? That's all by design, my friend. And Rain, he'll take down Tabson. I think that's all they've got, though. Nico in a 4 versus 1, and this was a force by a sword smash. Sure, they had rifles, but there was compromises made there. Nico has no choice but to save this one. The Grand Slam dream is turning into a nightmare quite quickly.
They have one more event after this to win it. They had 2 chances, they have 3 wins in a string of 10. If you get a 4th, you get $1 million. They're about to lose one. If they can't make it through this game, if they can't pull this back, they only have 1 more event to try and win the Grand Slam. Big the ones to deny them. You only get denial money if it's in the final, so unfortunately they won't get the monetary prize for doing so, but they'll certainly get the pride, and I'm sure that's the least of their worries because they want the final. 2 rounds away, and everything looks great in terms of economy.
My goodness. Of course, FaZe will use their final timeout here. How have we found ourselves in this position? Big, a team narrowly in the top 30. Up against one of the world's absolute best on their journey for $1 million at this event. Semi-final seemed like the dream draw for FaZe. But they find themselves in the third and final map, which has been a long and arduous series. 14-5 down. CZs, UMPs, and one M4 save in the previous round for series point, grand final point. Right now against Big, you can see Nico, he's looked dejected for a while now. Fall by, of course, for Big. It feels like this round's almost a given. It's going to take something absolutely monumental to keep FaZe in this game.
Deep smoke. So a return nade from Nex, won't bounce toward Kerrigan, who holds desperately with a CZ hoping to bait in Nico's M4. Kerrigan peeks out, runs it, not even trying to bait it. Nico goes over his shoulder. He's got two, making a third, as he gives FaZe every right to win this round. He also wants to cement the ground in theirs to honor, because if he can hold off Banana together, if he can get that deep smoke, there's guns available for anyone who wants to rotate over, namely Guardian, and he's doing exactly that. So Nico just wants to hold territory. The problem is as well, though, if Tizian can open up A while they're that far down, they're forced to rotate down middle.
One player coming from quad. Smooya does miss the jump, and that's a sound cue for Rain. Smooya, does he anticipate this? He'll have to go quickly towards the end of the apartments, luckily covered by the veil of smoke. He will smoke towards library. But Rain's played this to perfection by the looks of things. I don't think they'll anticipate him. Tizian did quickly check him. The bomb will be planted. That's going to be his cue. And my goodness, Tizian is aware of it. 2 versus 2. It was 4 on 2 originally. And now Guardian and Nico will try and rotate in.
Tizian preemptively fires toward quad, knowing that Guardian's likely heading that direction, wants to bait him out. To lure him into a false sense of security, thinking, well, he's already checked it, maybe I can strike, but Tizian still controls the broken wall. Smooya controls the fade inside of the site with his AWP, but he goes against Guardian. A man he has bested many times in this series with that weapon, but Guardian's on an AK instead. Bomb, it's too far gone, it's too far gone, and Smooya's got championship point, or at least a berth in the finals, I should say, as Big are 1 round at 15-5 away.
Absolutely unbelievable scenes here. That was a 4-on-2 map. Smooya just bested Guardian in a tight 1 versus 1. You can see Legia now trying to get the entire crowd behind him. 1 more round will do it. It has to be the force buy from FaZe. CZs, UMPs, and an MP9, that's it. What can they do here? As you can see the celebration from Smooya. His first showing on this big stage.
I'm genuinely impressed. Okay, it's one thing to be, look, the glass slipper, Cinderella, all of that. It's one thing to be in a situation like this as the underdog and not look like you belong. These guys are reveling in this. They're enjoying it. They look hyped. They firmly believe in themselves, and it shows. Next trades off Guardian. That's the start of it. No guns lost on that either, because by trading off toward the front of library, they can't attack and try and take back that AK. Nico instead has to try and use the UMP. With similar heroics and antics to how he did last round with the M4, getting baited in. Smokes down, won't let him do so easily.
4-on-4, not a single rifle for FaZe available, but they do have the bomb site under their control. Rain, speculative shots towards the smoke, does land a little bit of damage towards Smooya, but this could be the play that ends it all.
Smoke down. Rain into it. Past them and turns around, gives 1 to Smooya. Still there, a man down, and Nico strikes when he needs to, but it's Goppy. The man who's gotten them this far with tactics, 39 seconds. Knows that pit is clear, therefore can turn back around. Does not have the bomb. Certainly knows Kerrigan's going to be coming from quad, but Croman wants to peek on the back of it. He wants to force the issue, can't do it. Kerrigan puts him down, and it's now 1 more round at the very least for FaZe. 2 AKs picked up and money to buy. 9
rounds in a row required. That was so tantalizingly close. Only 1 player survives for FaZe, and not enough to really justify a buy here for Big, I would say at least. They've got 2 players hovering around $2,500. 3 could buy, but you've got such a buffer in terms of rounds to save the partial here, and FaZe a chance to stabilize. If ever there was a team that could string together 9 rounds on the CT side, it would be them.
Coming down already with rain inside of the apartments. Kerrigan and Nico crossfire passively holding in the sight. Early exchange goes against Guardian. He's tagged to 41, no damage done in return. At the front of Library, Guardian continues to check it. To be careful because he's already weak. Copy with the headshot gun available, but no one going that direction. You said it, they like to go toward the B side through CT. Nico just barely spotted Smooya because he could have easily been caught off.
There's only one player on the B side. They don't have a smoke for the cross, but it might not matter. Kerrigan hasn't got a helmet, Matt. These pistols are going to tear through him now. Still no smoke, but the backstab from God B. This could be the end. 3 on 2 now. They have 2 rifles and the bomb is about to be planted, but both CTs coming from Banana. There'll be one player waiting for them. That's going to be next. One of these kills might just guarantee absolutely everything. He's done damage. Can he find anything more? Needs backup. Can't get it. The bomb has gone down and Tizian left in the 2-on-1.
He's got an M4 picked up though. He's got the hold. First one's there! And with the little guns, it's a big round! The Germans find the grand final and FaZe denied a grand slam. Incredible performance from the Germans.
That's got to be one of the most historical upsets of all time. My goodness gracious. Big takedown FaZe in a best-of-3 and completely stomped them on Inferno. FaZe looked amateur towards the end. They couldn't keep up. They were mentally broken. And Smooya and his big showing on the stage, he rises to the occasion. He did go toe-to-toe with Guardian, and they found themselves in the grand final.
Simple wants a championship, and he's got to fight this crowd now. A crowd that I'm not going to lie, I wasn't convinced with yesterday being in support of Big. They've certainly won everybody over now.
Magical scenes.
And they know it. And I'll say it again. They believed in it. You could tell the whole time. It wasn't like they were the underdog. It wasn't like they were overachieving. They knew they were firmly in that game, and they held it together. Good leadership from Gopi and Gia in doing so, keeping them composed throughout.